was Alan Cash who came to build the NPP office for them. And when he moved from the party, he took the office from them. So he donated to the Tamale branch. Quite interesting, to be honest.
But why John Body doesn't still stay and contest for the national secretary position?
Yeah, because the secretary, he would have won. But mind you, the challenge with that is the people who voted Kodua are still there. And mind you, because Kodua was the YEA CEO, most of the youth organizers and their deputies are coordinators across the regions. And then looking at their top-bottom approach, there's a high possibility that Kodua will be repeated as a general secretary of the NPP. Because these are the same people. And they are their core, like his core people. You understand? So, and these are the real issues. And mind you, John Bodo had issues with probably relationships, because at some point, probably is like the millennials versus the Gen Z sort of dynamics. Yes, because I remember I met with some Tescon guys who were complaining bitterly about the fact that when they meet him, he doesn't want to even sort boys out, but Auku is always there for them, blah, blah, blah. These are all conversations I have listened to. We met at Nooks elections. You meet most of these guys and then we talk, So I feel like these are some of the real issues that John Bodu, went through. And once the Tescon, and mind you, now the NPP is gradually having like a very youthful base, or the polling stations are now becoming more youthful because of the people who are expressing interest in their leadership position.
Yeah,
so John Boadu after some time was only aligning with the older generation. But another challenge is I think with their elections, the general secretary elections, even the National Council voted out John Boadu. That's when I realized that he has lost the base.
Yeah.
Because I really followed that election so well. Even the National Council of Elders voted out John Boadu and voted Kodua. That's when I realized that,
there's something really didn't sit up right with him in his tenure as general secretary, even though he performed well for the party. But I think that, sometimes people feel like left out. There are people who feel left out, For example, Alan Cash. I have never been a firm believer when it comes to the loyalty of Alan Cash to the party, actually, as a person. Because in 2008, when he lost the primaries, he resigned from the party. He resigned. And he has to take some interventions to bring him back into the party.
He resigned already.
And he didn't even campaign for Akufo-Addo in 2008 because he felt that he should have been the one to be the flag bearer. Fast forward 2012, this man never campaigned for Akufo-Addo. Only on the last day of the campaign, when they had their rally, that he came there just to sit down. Then during the election petition also, he never visited the court until the last day of the declaration. That's why he went there. It was only in 2016 when he lost the primaries overwhelmingly, they voted for Akufo-Addo 90-something%. That was where he was clear that the party have decided that you are not the one. Then he decided that on some few occasions he would join Akufo-Addo's campaign. So one thing that happened was that because he was not consistent with the party, now you see, when he changed from NPP to this Afro-Franto movement, he now went on radio station to talk. He went on TV to talk. He was speaking to bloggers. Now, throughout my years following politics, I never saw Alan Cash go on TV or radio to speak for the party. Except when he joined the Afro-Franto movement. So what showed that he has had the interest of the party was this one.
Even beyond that, you see, there were some KNST guys I was speaking to on why Alan left the New Patriotic Party. And I feel like, number one, is because it was quite unexpected for Kennedy to beat him in that contest. It was quite embarrassing, judging from the fact that everybody thought it was a close contest between he and Dr. Baumia. Number two, Alan does not have any base in the party.
He doesn't.
Because it's like you there are lots of people who should be able to call you a political godfather. Do you understand? You should be somebody who has nurtured at least 10 people. Because at least we know that from the Akufo-Addo's camp, they are the Jinapo and then the guy from Bantima, what's his name?
Asenso
Boachi. You understand? And at some point we heard Fatima Abubakar is coming from Gabi's
side.
Yes, Gabi's side. So at least, and then look at Awuku, this guy,
Awuku,
DNA. Like you see, they invest in people, you nurture people.
Yes.
But per what the guys were saying, when they have an event or they organize a program and they go to chairman because you are a minister of states, and chairman, please give us money to go and do this project, go and you tell them that he doesn't support things like that. So when the youth wing approach him, he does not do anything to support them. He'll leave them at the reception and use the other door to exit. And the only time he comes back to the party people is when he wants to be elected or given an opportunity to lead them. This is from the youth of the NPP, I'm telling you. So they have shared their innermost story with me, because the point is you don't do anything for the party unless you need them.
Yes.
And there's this notion that it is my turn, I am the next lead, when you have not invested in the party. Which constituency have you ever adopted to nurture as a politician? I was in Tamale for my sister's graduation, and we went to sit at we went to sit at a place, and there was a guy who came there, and we were just having a random conversation because it was in November and the politicians were already campaigning. It was so intense. This was November 15th thereabouts. Yeah. So the guy told us that, oh, as for him, he is NPP executive. And I'm like, how can you, a Northerner, become a NPP executive? It's quite weird. He said, no, he swear, he's this, he's NPP. He's NPP, and I'm like, okay. So I was just sitting. There is an office, a Frafranto office that is opposite the NPP office, and the NPP office was just a regular shop. Like they just rented a shop, one shop with some bench, and they've painted it. And the Frafranto office was huge. Apparently, it was Alan Cash who came to build the NPP office for them. And when he moved from the party, he took the office from them. So he donated to the Tamale branch as their original office. So when he left the party, he took the party office.
After all that, he had got it from
and then
NPP.
After donating to NPP, he took it back and now painted it to Afrafanto. So
after all that,
painted it. If the guy is lying, I'm lying. But looking at that, because this was November. And at the time, Alan had already resigned from the party. And that office wouldn't have been built like immediately like that. Said it used to be an NPP office. And my sister indeed confirmed there was an NPP office. Then later on, they came to change the paints. And I'm like, you see, so this is how far he can go. So for me, I don't support his candidature in any form. Yeah, it could be based on all that I've heard about him. But in my point of view, no.
He did not. And even Chemaun to me and the rest were talking about it. You know, in 2008, Chemaun to me was a supporter of Alan Cash. You know, that time he was a bit younger and exuberant, and they were part of the Alan Cash campaign team. But how come they all left Alan Cash side?
Yeah.
To Akufo-Addo
people.
Who to me said that after he lost it, they were expecting him to come on board and campaign for Akufo-Addo. But they didn't see him. Then he realized that
he's not that forgiving, because there's so much. He has so much sense of entitlement.
Yes.
You know? Yeah. Atimi, yes, NPP and their story. And I
You
think there
know,
was a time I almost recorded a video. I said a lot in that video. But after listening to myself for the second time, I'm like,
mm-hmm.
do I really want this to go out? And you see, sometimes you assess yourself,
Yeah.
and I'm like, this would have been so brutal, I tell you. And that was the election year. And that video, I promise you, would have gone viral. I listened to myself, like, and I'm like, no, some of the things I said, especially about Alan, just because of the information I had about him, I was just ranting. I said quite a lot. I think it's still in my drafts.
So
I
Alan
didn't
has not been
delete
a
it, but
lawyer,
I did not post
a
again.
lawyer.
I did not post as well. But
He's not
I
been a
feel
lawyer
like,
to the NPP.
yeah. And you see, the
He's
real
not been a
issue
lawyer.
is he brought in, like, he took some people with him. And these people
Yes.
are with him not because they genuinely support his cause, but because they are
Yes.
also aggrieved about the fact that they insulted Baumia. They said a lot about the NPP because of Alan. And for that reason, they
Yes.
cannot come back home because
Yes.
they've done a lot of harm. And now Baumia is in charge. So they will stay outside and keep on throwing the stones, not because they support
Yeah.
his cause. If not, they were able to mobilize KNUST Conti students and then some boys and give them that Frafranto t-shirts in Kumasi to organize a keep fit walk. And they gave
Yes.
them
Yes.
money. But we saw Alan. Even before we saw that video, I was around the Makola Law School,
Okay.
and I saw the Afrafanto card there. So the women were like holding this apron, Afrafanto, like the market women were. And I'm like, Alan is gaining some grounds in Makola. So as I was approaching, then I saw a pickup. And I was told that Alan's wife was in that car. And I just stood there to buy books for my siblings. I just bought what I wanted to buy and all of that. And there was a megaphone announcing the presence of Alan's wife. Guy, the woman, like, she was, as usual, the campaign, they have to be waving. Oh, it's sad though. Sad. People were nonchalant. People did not care. The woman was waving in a very scorchy sun, and she has gray hair, and she had already combed it and was all over on this length with her Afrafanto t-shirts and jeans and was waving. Nobody was minding the woman. Not even a single human being was following the car. It was just a driver and herself, and somebody sitting in the front seat. Oh, very embarrassing.
That's a
People
very
were
strong
laughing.
signal.
Oh, people were laughing. And I'm like,
That's
Then
a strong
fast
signal.
forward, I saw the video of Alan in Pragya in Kumasi
Yeah, I saw it
with 4
too.
people by him.
Yes.
And I'm like, so Alan, guys, this is where your career. Oh no, sometimes you see, personal interest, it will destroy you without knowing.
Yeah.
Everybody knew that he has grounds, but it's like he exposed himself by contesting as an independent candidate. I'm telling you, even Chad was able
You
to
know,
beat him to his gate.
before the primaries of 2024, the party had planned already that they
Let's just
wanted
let you go.
them to
Hey, it's
have
242. Okay.
they wanted them to have a Baumia Alankash candidature, where Baumia would be the flag bearer and the Alankash would be the running mate, so that they wouldn't have any primaries at all. That it will send a signal that it's actually a unified front. So that time, the then time majority leader, Osei Mensa Bonsu, together with some entourage, when you see President Kufuor to speak to Alan to agree to be the running mate of Dr. Baumia, so that number one, it will correct the narrative that it is an account party. Number two, it will send a signal that it is a unified front and there are no discrepancies in the party.
That's true.
So that this northern account something will be there.
Yeah.
Then the Muslim Christian something will be there. So it would have been a perfect match.
Yes,
That
it would
was
have
the
been a very solid one.
Yes, the suggestion they gave to President Kufuor to call Alan and speak to him. Now, President Kufuor said to them that this is the words of President Kufuor, that they came to him. So, okay, our party is a democratic party, and that everybody must give him the opportunity to run in. and contest and know their smoothness level as whether the party wants them or not. So he doesn't want to,
Intervene.
prevent people from actually contesting for the flag bearership position. Even though himself he likes Bawumia, he will equally also have some soft spot for Alan too. So he doesn't want to do that. Then they say, okay, they called Alan personally outside President Kufuor to speak to him to agree to be the running mate of Dr. Bawumia. So it looks like the leadership of the party majority have decided on the candidature of Dr. Bawumia. They only wanted him to be a running mate.
But because of that self-seeking motives.
Yes, they realized that Bawumia has been a running mate, okay, for 2 terms and a vice president.
In terms of experience, he has more than
you. He can no longer be a running mate again. He can't be a running mate again.
And in fact, in terms of even rank, now Bawumia, like in the eyes of Ghanaians, is higher than you because he is a vice president. Yes. And you are just a minister of state, regardless of number of years you have spent in the party.
Yeah. So they spoke to him and he said no. He doesn't want that. They should contest because he feels that it is his time. So that's why
meanwhile, you've not nurtured any constituency.
Yes. It became his slogan. A dream is so because he had at the back of his mind that after Kufuor, it is my turn.
Yes. But he got it wrong. I think that when was their first internal primary? I think that was 2007, right? In Lagos.
Yeah, 2007, yes.
Yeah. So that one, when he said, okay, I'll allow President Akufo-Addo to go for the 2008 election, if after President Akufo-Addo lost in 2008, 2012, he shouldn't have contested Akufo-Addo. He should have allowed it. And that a Drew Miso mantra would have been solidified. But he contested again. And came back in 2016. Yes, in 2015 again.
Yes.
So where is your loyalty?
Yeah. And you see, in 2007, when he lost the primaries, he resigned from the party. And since that time, he never campaigned for the Akufo-Addo cause.
And anytime the NPP comes back to power, he comes back for a very juicy appointment as well.
Trade minister.
Yes. And after implementing all the policies, milking all that he can milk out of the whole ministry, he resigned and went out there and started screaming out loud.
Yes. Sometimes when he complains about
if the NPP have a lot of blame anybody, it should start from Alan, then to Kennedy, then the other people will follow, and probably Akufo-Addo will follow.
Yes,
because they equally have some responsibilities to take.
Yes,
when it comes to
that is why
because the NPP were humiliated.
Yes, you see, my sister, you see, the reason why sometimes we sideline Bawumia from all these blames is because we know where the blame is. It's not like we want to make Bawumia to be in the good books, but we know where the perpetrators are. We know who the perpetrators are. So why do we want to shift the post and make it look like they were all there? Now, talking about trade, okay, and the economy. When you talk about the price of goods and services going up and down, can we exempt the trade ministry? Can we?
And you see, let me make this point. I am of the view that, so now let me compare these two individuals. All right, let's check the time. It's not easy. All right, so let's compare these two individuals. In as much as the guy from this constituency, the Muslim MP who plays a lot, the old man who was appointed the trade minister recently, what's his name?
After
the old man who plays a lot in Ghana's parliament, what's his name? He lost his election.
He lost his election. He's around Obuasi area.
Yes.
This old man. I saw him campaign for Bawumia.
Yes. Okay, so the name is here, Katie Amon. Thank you.
Yeah, Katie Amon. Yes.
So I want to compare them and the things they did when they were appointed. The man plays a lot, okay, but I'm going to talk about the